She's the mother of four and one of the most talented actresses in Hollywood these days. She's generating Oscar buzz for her new role in the new film Being Julia. Please welcome Annette Bening. Watch this squishy
Thank
pillow.
you.
You don't have to have it. It's just that, you know.
I have it.
Hold, feel it. Look.
Yeah, it's nice.
You look at it and you go, I don't really know, but then you touch it and you can't stop touching it. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. It's
Someone
very
sent it to me.
scrunchy and yummy.
I know. Someone sent it to me, and I get a lot of stuff, and I think, oh, okay. But then that, I keep touching. You can move it, though. You don't have to hold it. Don't cover up your outfit. That's a good outfit. I like your jacket.
Thanks.
You look great.
Thank you.
All right. I'm a huge fan. I really am.
Thank
We've
you.
met once, briefly, a long, long time ago, so we don't really know each other. But
Okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have a bad memory, too?
I have, yeah, actually I do. I don't really want to reveal why, but I think I don't have a great memory. But it's true.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy.
Right. And you have, like, tiny little snippet things like that?
Like little moments, yeah.
Like, I'll just remember, like, like, I don't remember I moved around a lot. I don't remember houses. I remember the area. But I know that you just recently went back to...
Right.
Where are you from?
I was born in Kansas, and we moved to San Diego when I was 7. And my husband and I were going back to Washington, D.C. for the Kennedy Center honors because a friend of ours was being honored, Jack Nicholson, so we were all on the plane together.
I've heard him.
Oh, yeah. And so we stopped in Wichita, and we got out of the plane. We were looking at the map in the little airport, and we noticed that, and I said, you know, I actually lived here when I was a kid, and that's the street I lived on. And somebody there said, well, you know, we've got a few minutes. Why don't we jump in the van and drive over to your house? And so we said, why not? So we all piled in the van.
You, Warren, Jack?
And Jack's friend. At Rudy, and we all got in the car and we drove to the street. It was about 6 o'clock. It was winter, kind of twilight, and we drove up. And sure enough, the house is sitting there, and I can see the lights are on. And the front door is a sort of, they've replaced it with a glass front door, so the whole front door is glass. We got out, we walked to the front step, all of us together, ring the doorbell, and I'll never forget the woman's face through the door.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she was really sweet. The neighbors next door had lived there when I was a kid, so
Well, wait, what did she do? I mean,
so she had heard that I had lived there when I was little, and so she was very sweet. She was stunned, and she and her husband were there, and I think she had a few drinks, so she was very relaxed. Very friendly, cheerful, and let us in, and we stood in the living room. She showed us around a little bit, and she showed us her glass miniatures, which she had in a case. She was absolutely lovely and hospitable and a little shocked. And that was it. It was great.
And the lady next door, what happened to the neighbors next door?
They're still there from when I was little. So this neighbor had heard, you know, that I had lived there. So when she saw us, it was like, oh yeah, you came back. It's nice.
Yeah. And also that the house is still there. So many people just tear the houses down and redo them. So that must have been really cool.
No, my parents loved that house and they were really proud of it. And yeah, it was great.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
This is just I'm just going to show a quick picture of you and Warren because it's cute.
Okay.
Look at that.
My husband.
Y'all have 4 kids together now, right?
Yeah, 4.
It's amazing. And how old are they?
12, 10, 7, and 4. It's great.
That's amazing. And 4.
Yeah, 4 is a lot. 4 is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Do the oldest one is how old? 10?
12. 12-year-old girl, 10-year-old
10.
boy, 7-year-old girl, 4-year-old girl.
And then does the 12 and the 10, do they take care of the younger ones, or?
You know, they do. They do. They all kind of take care of each other. It's really sweet. I mean, they have their moments when they don't get along, but no, they're very close.
And how is Warren? Is he a good dad?
He's a great dad.
Yeah?
And in fact, just recently he went on his 3rd Boy Scout camping trip with my son.
Really?
How cool is that?
That's adorable.
It is
That's
adorable.
Great.
It's great.
That's really great.
Yay. No, he's a great dad. He's really communicative and rational and really talks things through with them. And, yeah, he's great.
Oh, that's adorable. And so the 4-year-old, that must be really hard. Does she go with you when you do movies? Because that'd be hard to leave behind.
No. I haven't had to just leave ever. I haven't done that. So when I go, I've been very lucky. The last couple of things I've done, it's been in the summer. They can go with me. And the older ones, you know, they have one. In fact, when I did Being Julia, we were in Hungary. And
Is that where you shot that?
Yeah. So the older two came and went because they had summer camp they wanted to do and other stuff. And the two little ones were just with me the whole time. And then Warren came over with the older two, and they kind of came and went, and then we were all together. And it works out, and they get to travel, and they.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And now, do the older ones, do they want to act? Do any of them want to act yet?
I don't know for sure. There's a certain amount of interest in the theater, for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love taking them to the theater. And
More so than film?
a little bit, although they like the movies too. But yeah, they do love live theater and musicals and the whole thing. Yeah, they love it.
Well, they'll be very, very good, I'm sure. Your first, you actually, did you start when you were younger?
No, I mean, I went to a play when I was in junior high. I was moved to San Diego when I was 7, so I went to the local Old Globe Theater and saw my first play. I saw a Shakespeare play, and I just loved it.
Is this before or after the drill in high school?
Well, yeah, when I was in high school, we had an emergency drill, and it was all just pretend, but we have it all kind of planned out. So I was supposed to be on the football field injured, and we had a helicopter come in.
That's a big drill, a helicopter.
I know,
Big budget.
it's incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be an injured, I think I was supposed to have a broken leg, and they were lifting me into the helicopter, and I got really into it.
In what way?
Well, this is a little bit embarrassing. I just sort of, I teared up, like it was actually happening to me. Very strange. I don't know. Yeah, I look back and think, what was that about? But no, I did. I got really into it.
I think that's really good. I mean, you were actually playing the part of someone.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're giving the people that are picking you up more, to work with.
They thought it was odd.
Yeah. Well, the person would be crying. They should know how to act too. Everybody should be into it. I think it's great. I really do. I think you're an amazing actress, and you're great in this film, which we'll talk about in a minute. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. We're back with Annette Bening. That's right. I mean, you're so good in it, and you're so funny in it too. Thanks. You're so dry, and so you play a theater diva.
Yeah, she's a diva.
Was that how you describe her?
She's a diva for sure. She's wicked.
And she's just about to. See, I got something different out of it than we were talking about it. I feel like it seemed like a pattern of that how the movie ends. I thought, oh, that's just it'll start over and happen again. But it was a new. I don't want to give anything away, but it just to me seemed like, okay, this is because the way the woman was mouthing behind you, like you just go on the same thing.
Well, I do think. I mean, I think the movie's trying to talk about how we all sort of have moments where we fall apart. And I think this is a woman who's falling apart and not really aware that that's kind of where she's going. And so she falls in love, has an affair. But yeah, but I think by the end that she's come to some sort of a different place where she's a little bit more comfortable with herself and feels more comfortable in her own skin, more authentic.
Yeah. Well, it's really good. I hope you see it because she's just fantastic in it. Now, is this true? Someone said that you were actually, they used you as a model for the new Colombia. You've seen this before, the Colombia. And this is so you know what it is. This is supposedly your face. They basically modeled it after to the new Colombia.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know how much is me, but I think it was sort of they were inspired by me, maybe?
That's pretty impressive.
That's what somebody said to me.
I think
anyway.
that's pretty amazing that they. You didn't know anything about it?
No, I happened to run into one of the men who'd been working on it, and he mentioned it to me, and I was just flattered and thrilled.
You should be flattered. I remember, and I didn't know anything about this either. They were always working on the Statue of Liberty, and I didn't know at all that that's what they were going to use me for, which is pretty.
That looks just like you. It's amazing.
Certainly, I think they use me. I'm not sure. It seems similar to me in that. Hey, Being Julia opens in New York and LA this Friday and in theaters across the country in the coming weeks. Please go see it. She's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Nick joins us after